Yes. Hello everyone. Welcome to Unacademy, India's largest learning platform. I'm Rushikesh Inamdar. Welcomes you all on the innovative program that is a combat scheduled on 20th February in the morning 11 o'clock. So hurry up and enroll yourself with using code RBI Live and participate in Unacademy Combat. You can join our special classes on Unacademy app. Yes, so we have number of special classes scheduled on the Unacademy app. So please download Unacademy app and start your preparation for the civil services examination. Yes, in our crash course inspired targeted for the prelims 2021, we are studying polity, where we have started interstate relations. Now, in this context, we'll see remaining provisions and features of the interstate relations mentioned in our constitution. So friends, just share Let's Crack UPSC CSE English channel of YouTube with your friends and let them like, share and subscribe the channel. Yes, on our Unacademy platform, you will get daily life classes, structured courses, unlimited access for recorded and live classes, and you can also attend live tests and quizzes to evaluate your preparation. Even we are conducting weekly tests and mock tests, so you can join this test on Unacademy. We 100 plus top educators will guide you throughout the preparation. Yes. So download Unacademy Learning app from Google Play Store or App Store. Yes. It's me, Rushikesh Inamdar, having experience more than 8 years to guiding UPSC aspirants. You can follow me on Unacademy app and you can join our Telegram group for the daily updates through this link. Yes, there are a number of queries from candidates regarding various modules. So on our platform, we have 15,000 plus courses for UPSC CSE. Yes, like polity, governance and IR, history, Indian economy, geography, science and technology and many more. Yes. Here are the subscription available on our platform, that is plus subscription and iconic subscription. So those aspirants or students are doing their graduation, they can opt for the iconic subscription where you will get personal coach and study planner and also will provide you the feedback on regular basis. Yes, those aspirants are looking for the mentorship program by me, they can use the referral code RBI Live while taking subscription and they'll get 10% discount in this February month. So mentorship is the crucial part of the preparation for the civil services. So please use the referral code RBI Live to get proper guidance. Yes, these are our few batches Yes, there are targeted batches for the prelims 2021, and also we have batches for 2022. Yes, we have 1 year, 2 years NCRT batches also. So as per your convenience, you can join these batches. Yes, friends. These are the combo subscriptions available on our platform. Here also, you will get 10% discount using code RBI Live. No space, nothing. The RBI Live to get 10% discount in the February month. And in this subscription, you have options for 12 months, 24 months, and 36 months course duration option. As per your convenience, you can choose any one of them. Yes, friends, as I have told you, join our special classes on Unacademy app. So we'll start with the interstate relations. Yes. Yes, hello, man. Right. So, establishment of interstate council. So, we'll just have a recap what we have studied yesterday or in the last lecture, that is establishment of the interstate council. So, Sarkaria Commission on Center-State Relations made a strong case for the establishment of a permanent interstate council under Article 263 of the Constitution. So after the recommendation of the Sarkaria Commission, government established interstate council. Yes. Basically, the commission recommended that in order to differentiate the interstate council from other bodies established under the same article 263, and it must be called as the intergovernmental council. Yes. So the commission recommended that the council should be charged with the duties laid down in clauses B and C of Article 263 of Indian Constitution. Yes. So in pursuance of the above recommendations of the Sarkaria Commission, the government headed by VP Singh, yes, our Prime Minister during 1990, VP Singh established the Interstate Council in 1990. Yes, so the order for the Interstate Council was issued on 20th May 1990, and it consists of following members like chairman. So Prime Minister as the chairman of the Interstate Council. Then it includes chief ministers of all the states. Then chief ministers of union territories having legislative assemblies. Then administrators of union territories not having legislative assemblies. Governors of states under president's rule. Yes. Then 6 central cabinet ministers including home minister to be nominated by the Prime Minister of India. Yes. 5 minister of cabinet rank, a minister of state independent charge nominated by the chairman of the council, that is the Prime Minister, are permanent invitees to the council. Yes. So these are the members and part of the interstate council, like Prime Minister as the chairman, chief minister of all the states, chief ministers of union territories having legislative assemblies, administrators of union territories not having legislative assemblies, governors of states under president's rule, 6 central cabinet ministers including the home minister to be nominated by the prime minister, and 5 ministers of cabinet rank or minister of state independent charge nominated by the chairman of the council are permanent invitees to the council. Yes, now the council is a recommendatory body on issues relating to interstate, center state and center union territories relations. So this is a recommendatory body which relating to the issues to interstate, center and states and center and union territories. Yes. Now, this council promoting coordination between them means between states, and center and union territories, discussing and deliberating issues like investigating and discussing such subjects in which the states or the center have a common interest. Yes. Then making recommendations upon any such subject for the better coordination of policy and action on it. Deliberating upon such other matters of general interest to the states as may be referred to it by the chairman. Yes. Then the council may meet at least thrice in year. Its meetings are held in camera and all questions are decided by consensus. So here is the provision, or the council may meet at least thrice in a year to discuss issues related with the issues related with the between cooperation and coordination of states. Yes. And also issues related with the UTs or union territories and union government. Yes friends, just give me a moment. So it's a provision of the meeting that is thrice in a year to discuss all these issues. Now there is also a standing committee of the council. It was set up in 1996. Yes, standing committee of the council. So for continuous consultation and progressing of matters for the consideration of the council. Now here is the provision to meet the council thrice in a year. So meanwhile the remaining period the standing committee will take follow-up consultation and processing of matters to consideration for the interstate council. So this standing committee consists of Union Home Minister as chairman, yes, Union Home Minister as a chairman of standing committee of the interstate council. Yes. Then five union cabinet ministers are the part of standing committee. Then nine chief ministers. The council is assisted by a secretariat. Nine chief ministers are also the part of the standing committee of the council, which means Union Home Minister as a chairman, then five union cabinet ministers plus nine chief ministers. Yes, all they are part of the standing committee of the council, and the council is assisted by a secretariat called Interstate Council Secretariat. Yes, Interstate Council Secretariat. So the secretariat was set up in 1991 and is headed by a secretary to the government of India. Yes, and since 2011 it is also functioning as the secretariat of the zonal councils. Yes, we'll see the zonal councils in detail today itself. Now we'll see public acts, records and judicial proceedings of the interstate council. Right. So under the constitution, the jurisdiction of each state is confined to its own territory. Hence, it is possible that the acts and records of one state may not be recognized in another state. So, to remove any such difficulty, the constitution contains the full faith and credit clause, which lays down the following, means full faith and credit is to be given throughout the territory of India to public acts, records and judicial proceedings of the center and every state. Yes, our constitution contains the full faith and credit clause, which lays down like full faith and credit is to be given throughout the territory of India to public acts, records and judicial proceedings of the center and every state. So the expression public acts, which includes both legislative and executive acts of the government. Yes, so these public acts, which means including both legislative and executive acts of the government, right? The expression of public record includes any official book, register or record made by a public servant in the discharge of his official duties. Yes, public acts means legislative and executive acts of the government. Public record, which includes official book, register or record made by a public servant in the discharge of his official duties. Yes, like the manner in which, the condition under which such acts, records and proceedings are to be proved and their effect determined would be as provided by the laws of Parliament. This means that the general rule mentioned above is subject to the power of Parliament to lay down the mode of proof as well as the effect of such acts, records, and proceedings of one state in another state. Yes. Next, final judgment and orders of civil courts in any part of India are capable of execution anywhere within India. Yes, final judgments and orders of civil courts in any part of India are capable of execution anywhere within India without the necessity of a fresh suit upon the judgment. Alright, so the rule applies only to civil judgments and not to criminal judgments. Okay, so these rules applies only to civil matters, that is civil judgments, and not to criminal judgments. So here we can say, in other words, it does not require the courts of a state to enforce the penal laws in another state. Yes. So it's all about public acts, records, and judicial proceedings. Now we'll see interstate trade and commerce. Yes, friends. So Article 301 to 307 in part 13th of the Constitution deal with the trade, commerce, and intercourse within the territory of India. Yes. Now, Article 301 declares that trade, commerce, and intercourse throughout the territory of India shall be free. Yes. Article 301 deals with the trade, commerce, and intercourse throughout the territory of India shall be free. Right. So the object of the provision is to break down the border barriers between the states and to create one unit with a view to encourage the free flow of trade, commerce, and intercourse in the country. Which means Article 301 describes that there is no any foundation for the trade and commerce between the states. So our constitution promotes for the trade and commerce between the one or more states, right? And to encourage the free flow of trade and commerce throughout the country. Now, the freedom under this provision is not confined to interstate trade, commerce, and intercourse, but also extends to intrastate trade, commerce, and intercourse. Yes, so thus Article 301 will be violated where the restrictions are imposed at the frontier of any state or at any prior or subsequent stage. Yes. So this freedom is not confined to the, or under this provision is not confined to the interstate trade, but also extend to intrastate trade. Right. The freedom guaranteed by Article 301 is a freedom from all restrictions except those which are provided for in the other provisions like Article 302 to 305 of Part 13th of Indian Constitution. So we will study This like Parliament can impose restrictions on the freedom of trade, commerce, and intercourse between the states or within a state in public interest. Yes, but the Parliament cannot give preference one state over another or discriminate between the state except in the case of scarcity of goods in any part of India. For example, Parliament can impose restrictions on the freedom of trade and commerce between the state or within the state in public interest, and also, and in this clause the Parliament cannot discriminate. Yes, they cannot discriminate between the state. Like for example, any trade is between state A to state B. So there is no any description like only B state will trade to state A and A will not proceed with any trade or commerce activities with the state B. It's not like that. There is no any description. But in case there is a case of scarcity of goods, then Parliament will promote or ensure the availability of that goods in the particular state. Right now, the legislature of a state can impose reasonable restrictions the freedom of trade, commerce, and intercourse with that state or within that state in public interest. Now here also powers of a state legislator. Legislate yes, state legislature. State legislature also can impose reasonable restrictions on the freedom of trade, commerce within the state in the public interest, right? Like any situation which will hamper the law and order or any like health calamities, like recently COVID was there. So, is there any issues or matter related with the public interest? State also can impose reasonable restrictions on trade and commerce. Now, a bill for this purpose can be introduced in the legislature only with the previous sanction of the president. Yes, even in the normal situation, if state wants to impose any reasonable restrictions on trade and commerce, then a bill for this purpose can be introduced in the legislature only with the previous sanction of the President of India. Right. So further, the state legislature can give preference to one state over another or discriminate. Yes, cannot discriminate between the states. So the state legislature can give preference to one state over another or discriminates between the states. Yes. So state legislature cannot give preference to one state over the, again the same clause applicable with the parliament and the same clause applicable to the state as well. The state legislature cannot give preference to one state over another, or the state legislature cannot discriminate between the states. Now, next is the legislature of a state can impose on goods imported from other states or the union territories any tax to which some goods manufactured in that state are subject. So this provision prohibits the imposition of discriminatory 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 taxes by the state. Yes. Right. Now, the freedom is subject to the nationalist laws. Yes, laws providing for monopolies in favor of the center or the states. Thus, the parliament or the state legislature can make laws for the carrying on by the respective government any trade, business, industry or service, whether to the exclusion, complete or partial of citizens or otherwise. Yes. So government like state or parliament will ensure that a particular or they will promote trade and commerce throughout the country, like parliament in throughout the country and state in the state territories, right? So basically, if we are talking about monopolies which will hamper the healthy competition in the market, so government or parliament or state legislature can make laws for carrying by on respective government on trade, business and industry or services. Yes. Next, the parliament can appoint an appropriate authority for carrying out the purposes of the above provisions relating to the freedom of trade, commerce and intercourse and restrictions on it. So the parliament can also confer on that authority the necessary powers and duties. But no such authority has been appointed so far related with the trade and commerce. Yes. In the context of United States of America, such authority is known as the Interstate Commerce Commission. Yes. So, till the time in our country, there is no such a authority to monitor the interstate commerce. Yes. Now, friends, we'll see zonal councils. The zonal councils are the statutory bodies. Yes. After this, we'll see important point or topic, that is zonal councils. Yes, the zonal councils are the statutory bodies. They are established by an act of the parliament, that is States Reorganization Act 1956. Yes, these are the statutory bodies established by an act of the parliament, that is States Reorganization Act of 1956. Yes, the act divided the country into 5 zones, like northern, central, eastern, western and yes, northern, central, eastern, western and southern zones, and provided a zonal council for each zone. Yes. While forming these zones, several factors have been taken into account, which include the natural divisions of the country, the river systems and means of communication, the cultural and linguistic affinity, and the requirements of economic development, security, and law and order. Yes, so the States Reorganization Act 1956 divided the country into 5 zones, like northern zone, then central zone, eastern zone, western zone and southern zone. Okay, so while dividing these zones or dividing country into 5 zones, They considered several factors like natural division of the country, the river system, and means of communication. Yes, cultural and linguistic affinity, and the requirement of economic development, security, and law and order. So these factors are to be considered for the dividing country into the five zones: northern, central, eastern, western, and southern council or zones. So each zonal council consists of the following members like Home Minister of central government. Yes. Then chief ministers of all the states in the zone, two other ministers from each state in the zone, then administrator of each union territory in the zone. Yes, the following persons can be associated with the zonal council as advisors, that is, without the right to vote in the meetings, a person nominated by the planning commission, chief secretary of the government of each state in the zone, development commissioner of each state in the zone. So these are the advisors associated with the zonal council. So each zonal council consists of Home Minister of central government, chief ministers of all the states in the zone, two other ministers from each state in the zone, administrator of each union territory in the zone. Yes, the Home Minister of central government is the common chairman of the five zonal councils. Yes, the Home Minister, that is Union Home Minister, is the common chairman of five zonal councils. Right. Now, each chief minister acts as a vice chairman of the council by rotation, holding office for a period of 1 year at a time. Now, Union Home Minister is the chairman. Then, Chief Minister each chief minister acts as a vice chairman of the council by a rotation system. Yes, rotation system means and the period for 1 year. So every year vice chairman will be changed means from one state's chief minister to the this post or vice chairmanship will follow, like it will change with every year from one state to another state, and the chief minister of the state is or he acts as a vice chairman of the council. Now, zonal councils aim at promoting cooperation and coordination between states, union territories, and the center. Yes, basic function of the zonal councils, like they aim at promoting cooperation, coordination between states, union territories, and the center. Yes. So they discuss and make recommendations regarding matters like economic and social planning, linguistic minorities, border disputes, interstate transport, and so on. Yes. So they are only deliberative and advisory bodies? Yes. So they are only deliberative and advisory bodies which deals with the this various functions in the zonal councils. Now, the objective or the functions of the zonal councils, like to achieve an emotional integration of the country, to help in arresting the growth of acute state consciousness, regionalism, linguism, and particularistic trends, to help in removing the after effects of separation in some cases, so that the process of reorganization, integration, and economic advancement may synchronize, to enable the center and states to cooperate with each other in social and economic matters and exchange ideas and experience in order to evolve uniform policies. Yes, so to cooperate with each other in the successful and speedy execution of major development projects, to secure some kind of political equilibrium between different regions of the country. Yes, so the objectives or the functions of the zonal councils, like to achieve an emotional integration of the country, help in arresting the growth of acute state consciousness, regionalism, linguism, and particularistic trends, to help in removing the after effects of separation in some cases, so that the process of reorganization, integration, and economic advancement may synchronize, to enable the center and states to cooperate with each other in social and economic matters and exchange ideas and experience in order to evolve uniform policies which will promote or which will help to the development of the country, to cooperate with each other in successful and speedy execution of major development projects, and to secure some kind of political equilibrium between different regions of the country. Yes. Now, there is Northeastern Council in addition to the above zonal councils. Yes, in addition to the above zonal councils, a Northeastern Council was created by a separate act of parliament, that is the Northeastern Council Act of 1971. Yes, along with these five councils, there is one another council, that is Northeastern Council. Yes, this council created by a separate act of parliament, the Northeastern Council Act of 1971. So it came into existence on August 8, 1972. Yes, its members include Assam, Manipur, Mizoram, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Meghalaya, Tripura, and Sikkim. Yes, in 2002, Sikkim was added as the eighth member of the Northeastern Council. So the functions are similar to those of the zonal councils, but with few additions. It has to formulate a unified and coordinated regional plan covering matters of common importance. It has to review from time to time the measures taken by the member states for the maintenance of security and public order in the region. Yes. Right. So, along with these five councils, zonal councils, Northeastern Council is established under the Northeastern Council Act 1971, and it came into existence on 8th August 1972. Assam, Manipur, Mizoram, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Meghalaya and Tripura are the 7 members in this council earlier, but in 2002, 8th member of the Northeastern Council was added, that is state Sikkim. Yes. Now, all functions are same or similar to the zonal councils, and there are few additions which formulate a unified and coordinated regional plan covering matters of common importance, and it has to review from time to time the measures taken by the member states. Sorry. Yes. Excuse me, guys. Right. Now, the maintenance of security and public order in the region. So there are few additional additional functions into the Northeastern Council. Yes, after this, we'll see zonal councils at a glance. Yes, as we have studied function and all those details, now we'll study all zonal councils at a glance. Right. Now, Northern Zonal Council consisting members like states Himachal Pradesh, Haryana, Punjab, Rajasthan, Delhi, Chandigarh, Jammu and Kashmir, and Ladakh. Yes, so the headquarter of Northern Zonal Council is in New Delhi. Yes. After that, second, Central Zonal Council, in which members are Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Chhattisgarh, and Madhya Pradesh. And the headquarter of Central Zonal Council is in Allahabad. Yes. Then Eastern Zonal Council. Eastern Zonal Council consisting or including members of states like Bihar, Jharkhand, West Bengal, and Odisha. And headquarter of the Eastern Zonal Council is Kolkata. Yes, Calcutta. Right. Now, Western Zonal Council, including member states Gujarat, Maharashtra, Goa, Dadra Nagar Haveli, and Daman and Diu. And the headquarter of this Western Zonal Council is in Mumbai. Yes. And fifth is Southern Zonal Council, like in which state members, like members of states Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and Puducherry. And the headquarter of Southern Zonal Council at Chennai. Yes. Yes, friends. 5 zonal councils, like Northern Zonal Council, headquartered at New Delhi, includes Himachal Pradesh, Haryana, Punjab, Rajasthan, Delhi, Chandigarh, Jammu and Kashmir, and Ladakh. Then Central Zonal Council, headquartered at Allahabad, including member state Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Chhattisgarh, and Madhya Pradesh. Then Central Zonal Council headquartered in Calcutta, including member state Bihar, Jharkhand, West Bengal and Odisha. Then Western Zonal Council headquartered at Mumbai, including members state Gujarat, Maharashtra, Goa, Dadra, Nagar Haveli and Div and Daman. Yes, Daman and Div, right. Then Southern Zonal Council headquartered at Chennai, including member state Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Puducherry. Yes, after that we'll see the articles related to interstate relations at a glance. Yes, mutual recognition of public acts. Article 261 describes public acts, records, and judicial proceedings. Yes, after that, disputes relating to water. So, Article 262 describes adjudication of disputes relating to water of interstate rivers or river valleys. Then, coordination between states. Article 263 deals with the provisions with respect to an interstate council. Then, interstate trade and commerce. So, Article 301 describes free trade, commerce, and intercourse between the states. Yes. Then, Article 302 describes power of Parliament to impose restrictions on trade, commerce, and intercourse. Article 303 restrictions on the legislative powers of the Union and the states with regard to trade and commerce. Then Article 304 describes restrictions on trade, commerce, and intercourse among the states. Article 305 describes as saving of existing laws providing for state monopolies. Yes, then Article 306 deals with the power of certain states in Part B of the first schedule to impose restrictions on trade and commerce, but this article is repealed. Yes, by the government. Now, after that, Article 307 described or deals with the appointment of authority for carrying out purpose of Articles 301 to Article 304. Yes. Now, these are the articles related to interstate relations. Yes, friends. So, it's all about interstate relations. We have covered in the both parts the complete information or provisions related with the interstate relations. Now, just have a recap of today's lecture. Yes, establishment of interstate council. So, by the recommendations of Sarkaria Commission, established interstate council, which is the part of Article 263. Yes. Now, the council or the commission, that is Sarkaria Commission, stressed on the establishment of a permanent interstate council under Article 263 of the Constitution, and the commission recommended the council should be charged with the duties laid down in clauses B and C of Article 263. Yes, after that we have covered the composition or we have studied the inter-council members like Prime Minister as the chairman, Chief Minister of all states, Chief Minister of Union Territories having legislative assemblies, administrators of Union Territories not having legislative assemblies, governors of states under President's rule, and 6 central cabinet ministers, including the Home Minister, to be nominated by the Prime Minister. And along with that, 5 ministers of cabinet rank or Minister of State independent charge, nominated by the Prime Minister, that is Chairman of the Council. And these are the permanent invitees to the Council. Yes. After that, we covered provisions or the functions of the Council, and we can say the duties as well. Yes, like investigating and discussing such subjects in which the states or the center have a common interest, then making recommendation on the subject for the better coordination of policy and action, deliberation upon such other matters of general interest to the states as may be referred to it by the chairman, and the council may meet at least thrice. Yes, and after that we studied the provision of meeting of the council, that is thrice in a year, which will excel the working and coordination of the states related with the all issues. And then we have studied a standing committee of the council, which consisting Union Home Minister as a chairman, then 5 Union Cabinet Ministers, 9 Chief Ministers are the part of standing committee of the council. Yes. Then there is one secretariat. Yes. Basically, standing committee of the council is work as a middle man in the sense like continuous consultation and proceeding of the matters with the all states, and it will put such a matters for the consideration of the council. And the council is assisted by the secretariat. Interstate council is assisted by sorry, a secretariat called the Interstate Council Secretariat. Yes, so this secretariat was set up in 1991 and is headed by a secretary of the government of India. And since 2011, it is also functioning as the secretariat of the zonal councils, all 5 zonal councils. Then we have covered public acts, records, and judicial proceedings. Yes, like our constitution contains full faith and credit clauses which lays down like related with the public acts, records, and judicial proceedings. Yes, then we have covered interstate trade and commerce. So article 301 to 307 in part 13th of the constitution deal with the trade, commerce, and intercourse within the territory of India. Yes. Now, after that, we have covered the provisions under Article 301. Yes, that is freedom from all restrictions except those which are provided for in the other provisions under Article 302, 305 under Part 13th of the Constitution itself. Yes. Then we have studied or covered zonal councils. Yes, like the zonal councils are the statutory bodies. Yes, these are established or they are established by an act of parliament, that is States Reorganization Act 1956. Yes. So these zonal councils divided country into the 5 zones: northern, central, eastern, western and southern. Yes. After that, we have covered the members of the zonal council, that is Home Minister of a central government as a chairman, Chief Minister of all the states in the zone. They will act as a vice chairman on a rotating method, that is 1 year. Then 2 other ministers from each state in the zone and administrator of each union territory in the zone. Along with these members, there are advisors for the zonal council, that is a person nominated by a planning commission, chief secretary of the government of each state in the zone and development commissioner of each state in the zone. These are the advisors of the zonal council. Yes. Then we have studied the structure once again, and then function of zonal council, objectives of zonal council we have covered. After that, lastly we have covered Northeastern Council. So along with these 5 zonal councils, there is a Northeastern Council created by a separate act of parliament, that is Northeastern Council Act 1971. So earlier there were 7 members: Assam, Manipur, Mizoram, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Meghalaya and Tripura. And in 2002, eighth member Sikkim was added into the Northeastern Council. So they function same like the 5 zonal councils. Alright, addition with the few functions like formulate unified and coordination regional plan covering matters on common importance and so on. Then we have covered zonal wise members and headquarters, like Northern Zonal Council headquartered at New Delhi, Central Zonal Council headquartered at Allahabad, Eastern Zonal Council headquartered at Calcutta, Western Zonal Council headquartered at Mumbai, Southern Zonal Council headquartered at Chennai. And then we have covered articles related to interstate relations. Yes, friends. So we have completed this topic, interstate relation. In the next lecture, we'll see next topic of the polity. Yes. So in the next lecture, we'll study emergency provisions. So friends, here you can enroll yourself